Welcome to the next lesson, creating your Facebook brand page. And in this lesson, we're going to cover how to build a Facebook page for your brand. So creating your Facebook brand page is a two-step process. Once you have set up your page, you can add more features if you wish. There are some basic elements you must have, and this page will be used throughout the product launch process. The page layout consists of different assets: the profile photo, the cover photo, and then your post images and other assets used within the feed. All of this is subject to change. However, on the right hand side, you'll see the optimum dimensions for the Facebook page assets. So the profile photo is 180 by 180 pixels. The cover photo is 828 by 315 pixels. However, within the cover photo, there is a safe area for mobile display, which is 560 pixels wide. And any images used on the photo in the newsfeed, the ideal dimensions are 1200 by 900. However, when you come to make these, just check Facebook's website and you can Google Facebook page size dimensions and look for the official help page on Facebook's help documentation. So to create your Facebook page, we need to go to facebook.com/pages/creation. So let's go there now. Okay, so I've loaded facebook.com/pages/creation and I'm presented with the page to create my brand Facebook page. Here I need to select get started on business or brand. And then I need to give my page a name. So we're obviously going to use our brand name. So Verve Kitchen. And then I need to select a category for my brand. Now, just broadly, loosely select a category. If you don't see something directly relevant, don't worry too much. Just choose the closest relevant category. So I'm going to try kitchen. And kitchen and cooking is good for me. So kitchen and cooking, as it's a kitchen brand that we're launching. So click continue. And then from here, it's going to ask us to add a profile picture. The same as my website, I've already have the assets designed, but later in this video, I'll walk through how you can use Fiverr.com to have that done for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click upload profile picture. And I have my Facebook profile picture here, so I'm going to select that. And then it's going to ask me to add my cover photo. So I'm going to click upload a cover photo, and I'm going to select my Facebook cover photo and click choose. Once that's uploaded, it will load the page. But as you can see here, for some reason, it hasn't uploaded the cover photo. So I'm just going to click X on this notification, click add cover, upload photo, and again, I'm going to select my Facebook cover photo. I'll give it a second to upload. And then I've created this to the correct dimensions. I've actually placed this logo within that mobile safe area, so it looks good on mobile also. But if you were to use a stock image or an image off the internet that's maybe a bit bigger, it gives you the ability to click and drag the image around to position it. However, I don't need to do that because it's the correct size. So I'm going to click save. Cool. So that's done. I now have my profile photo. It looks pretty good. It's got my logo, and I've got my cover photo that's in line and consistent with the website I've built for the brand. So it's all consistent in terms of the imagery for the brand. And I have a nice version of my logo within the mobile safe area. So when I load this page on mobile, it should look pretty good. The first thing I want to do here is add a button to my page. So here you have two options. You could either add a button to your website or to your messenger for the page. I like to add a messenger page button at this point as another point of contact if customers or prospective customers want to reach out to us on the Facebook page. So I'm going to hit contact and I'm going to put send message and click next, and messenger and click finish. And what will happen here is within my inbox for my Facebook page, now when a user clicks that button, it will open up Facebook Messenger and it will send me a message to the brand page inbox, which shows here. And as you can see, there's nothing on my inbox right now. So let's go back to the page. Okay, so there's a number of elements on the page. We've once clicked see more, and you will see that Facebook will prompt you with tips. So you can click see all page tips, and it will come down and sort of suggest that you do some stuff. But what we want to do first is come to the about page. And there's a few pieces of information here that we want to update. For now, you want to stay away from entering a phone number. But in the last lesson, we created our brand domain email. So we want to enter our customer service email address here. So it's customerservice@vervekitchen.com. Click save. And we also want to enter our website. So www.vervekitchen.com and click save. We then have a short about us section. Now you're only allowed 255 characters in this section, so I'm going to enter a short description about Verve Kitchen just so people know they're in the right place and also understand what Verve Kitchen is. So I've entered a very brief short description here. I didn't really put much thought into that, and obviously you want to ensure that this ties in with your brand story and really communicates what your brand's about, and the unique selling point of your products, and really try and connect with customer, your target customer, in exactly what matters to them. But for the sake of this example, this will do, so we'll hit save. And then finally, on the right-hand side here, we have an ability to update our brand story. Now, notice how we did that on our website also. We can use the same content for this page. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to choose a photo for the top, and I'll just use my cover image again. And then the title, I'll call it Our Story. And then here, I'd want to go to my website, go to Our Story, and then just copy across the text. And I might even actually use the We Are Verve here rather than Our Story, just keep it all in line. So We Are Verve, and then I'll copy the content that I wrote, the copy that I wrote for Our Story, and paste that in here. And there's some basic formatting in here, so just close up these gaps. And if you wanted to, you could bold out main points in the story by highlighting it and clicking bold, or maybe you want to sort of italicize something. So we're just going to navigate through, make sure it looks and reads well. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and I'm going to click save and publish. Cool, so we now have our story published on our page. Okay, so the next important step is to set a username for our page. Now, depending on how many pages you've created in the past, you may or may not be able to do this right now. So let's try it. So we're going to go ahead and click create page, username, and I'm obviously going to try and get my brand name as the first one that I want. So it says it's not eligible to have a username. It says this page is not eligible to have a username, which means I'm not yet able to create this username, so that I will come back at a later date once I have some likes on the page. So if I click cancel and come to home, you will see on the right hand side here that the Facebook page, or Facebook, is prompting us to invite people to like our page. So I might go ahead and invite a couple of my friends. And look, you can see that Facebook wants you to get 10 likes. You'll more than likely find after you've achieved those 10 likes, it will allow you to then set a username for the page. If it still doesn't, there's a few ways around this, and I'll cover it on a later slide in this video. But for now, I'm going to come back to that About page. I can't set my username right now, but I'm happy with my story. I've entered my email address and my website. And there's some other details I can enter here, but right now we don't need to do that. The only thing we do need to do is if we come up to settings, and this is quite a critical setting, under general, go to visitors posts. We want to be able to set the ability for visitors to publish the post to the page, allow photos and videos. However, we want to approve any posts that go live on our page before they're public to the internet. So what will happen is your page likes and your page visitors will be able to post content to your page. However, that content, those posts won't display immediately on Facebook until you as the administrator of the page have approved those posts. This way we just avoid any sort of trolling or any maybe unwanted content that's being published on the post from spam sources or bots, and we can just maintain a really good quality page and just make sure we're verifying every post that gets put on there. So come down, go to visitors posts, and enable the option that says review posts by the people before they publish the page, and click save changes. You'll also see a whole other range of settings in here. One area of note is the page roles. This is where you can assign maybe friends or team members to manage the page alongside you. And you've got different sort of levels. Editor gives them pretty much access to do everything except change the administrative settings. But this is where you would add members of your team, or maybe your business partner, or someone that you're building the business with, to give them access to the same publishing permissions as you have as the page owner. In a later lesson, we're then going to be covering how to publish content to this page in what's known as seeding the page, and then continue to publish content to grow your Facebook audience on your Facebook page. But for right now, that's all we need to do to set up our Facebook page. So earlier in the lesson, I talked about using a website called Fiverr.com, which is a marketplace for hiring freelancers. So if you go to Fiverr.com, and Fiverr has a double R on the end, and then enter Facebook page design and hit search or hit enter on your keyboard, you're going to be presented with a number of gigs. Gigs are offers essentially from professionals all over the internet who offer their services in return for a small fee. And you can start as low as $5 on Fiverr, which makes it a really affordable platform and a really affordable way of getting professional level graphic design for your brand. So what I'm looking at here is a few different things. First off is the star rating. So Fiverr has a review rating very similar to Amazon. It's out of 5, and then the number of reviews, and also the level of the seller. So a level 1 seller is a lower quality to a level 2 seller, and I think there's one called a top rated seller as well. That means that person has completed a number of jobs, and as you can see, I mean, this person here has a 5-star rating and over 1,000 reviews, and as a result is charging more money for his services. So I'm going to look for something that's lower on in cost, but has a good review base, and I like the look of the design. So this one here, level 2 seller. I'll design a Facebook page, cover, profile, picture, and Facebook ad. So while we don't need the Facebook ad right now, that could be good for us in future. 4.8 out of 5, so that's very high. Over 400 reviews, and it's the $5. Now it's showing in British pound sterling for me because I'm located in the UK. However, this will more than likely show in dollars for you. So I'm going to click onto this listing. And from here, I can see that his basic package is £4.22 or $5. It's a 1-day delivery, so that's a really good sign. It's a quick turnaround. Unlimited revisions, that's good. So if we're not quite happy with the first design that he comes back with, I can submit my revisions through, and we will continue to submit our feedback and revisions until we're happy with it. For the $5, he'll include one platform, so Facebook, that's great. And more importantly, this is a really good indication as well, you will also get the design source files. So this means you can build up a library of design assets for your brand. And if you want to make any tweaks or changes to your Facebook cover profile, you don't need to have it completely redesigned. You can just go back into maybe that Photoshop file or that Illustrator file, have your graphic designer or a friend help you, and you can make some small tweaks there. It also means that in future, when working with a new designer on your brand, which you will do as you scale your brand, you'll end up working with a number of different designers, you can share this library with them, and they have all of the historical design assets and the core source files available, which will make their life easier, make the whole process faster, and also will ensure consistency within the design of your brand across all of the platforms, all of your products, and any marketing material that you produce in future. He's also included commercial use here, which is obviously important from a licensing point of view. So happy with this, looking so far. Have a quick look through his design work. Yeah, like the style of his design, that'll work for Verve Kitchen's brand. He's even included an extended portfolio here, which indicates that he knows what he's doing. And if we come down, you can see he's online right now. That's a really good indication. It means we can get a quick turnaround. We can have a conversation if we want to sort of submit any feedback or ask any questions. Level 2 seller, as I said, and you can see that he recently delivered one just an hour ago. So he's an active freelancer on Fiverr. So it means you're not going to be waiting a day or so to get a response. Now, looking at the packages he has available, so there's the $5 basic package. Then also for an additional sort of $5 or a few more pounds, he'll include 3 platforms. So let's say we were going to set up Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We could have all of those completed under this same project as part of the same branding. So really you could sort of save time, save some money here, and be more efficient in your workflow by choosing a freelancer, a professional on Fiverr.com, choosing a gig as they're known, that covers the number of platforms that you want to proceed with. But for now, I'd be happy with that. So I click continue. And then from here, I'd make payment. Once I'd make payment, it's going to ask me to submit my requirements, and it'll ask you a few questions. And then all you do within your Fiverr account, you can talk back and forth with that with your freelancer within their project using their messaging center. And once you're happy, they'll submit the final design files in the form of a download that you can then download and use across your Facebook and social media profiles. So Fiverr is a great resource, really high level quality design on there, professional freelance designers at a very affordable cost. Finally, there are different ways to overcome the Facebook page username issue. So once you've collected those initial 10 Facebook likes on the page, if you're still unable to create a username for your page, you can try these fixes. There are multiple ways around this, and it's really not critical to have this right now, so I really don't want you getting caught up on this. However, just make a note of it and come back to it when you have a few minutes to rectify it. So the first common fix is get a minimum of 10 likes. We've talked about that. It's really important. Get those likes up on the page, and you'll more than likely find that you're able to create that username. Secondly, try adding a phone number to your personal Facebook profile, not the brand page itself, but go into your personal profile settings and add your cell number or your mobile number. And often that will allow you then to create the username on your page. And a final try, if that doesn't work, add a friend or a colleague to the page and make them an admin. And then have them go in and ask them to create the new username for the page. I don't know why this works, but it often does work and will allow you to set a username for your page. One thing I didn't mention is when setting the username for your page, if your brand name is not available, don't worry, just modify it slightly, add the word brand or official or shop or store or something on the end of your brand name to make it unique until you find one that is available on Facebook. But if you completed the brand name training correctly, you will more than likely find that your brand name is available. So that's it for this lesson. In this lesson, we covered how to create a Facebook page for your brand. In the next lesson, we're going to discuss using Facebook Messenger and ManyChat to build your subscriber list for launch. But right now, I want you to go and create your Facebook brand page.